but with Antigua it's just basically the same. Alright, here we go. Antigua Shipyard is map number 2 between Bisu and Moon. Currently starting to the top of the map, we have the Zerg player for Fnatic Raid Call. It is a Moon, and now I can see the spider. There it is. You are so right. What does it mean? It is a sign wolf.
Dude, I don't know, man. There's something weird about that spider. Let's see what happens with the other side, the blue one.
Yeah, to the bottom of the map, we have our blue player. It's the Protoss. It is Bisu. He also has a spider.
Oh, he has a spider also. Okay.
And he's turn is red.
I guess the idea here is it's like coming down the web.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, the spider holds the name tag. This is smart. This is pretty cool.
That's a cool spider, man.
And now I feel stupid. That was actually.
I don't.
That's like really, really obvious if you look at it.
Well.
Oh, well. Now I feel really... I mean,
cool Spider-Man,
yeah, it's cool spider. You saw the spider. I'm like, oh, there's a spider. And what does he do there? Oh, look. Oh, man. Well. Antigua, and this is a map where a lot of Protoss players will go for a 2-base timing, so the strategy that Bisu used in the last map might be something that we see again. I don't think that he will resort to DTs, but he might just go for some kind of Blink Stalker play, which is really good on this particular map. On the other hand, also a Stargate play that Wolf pointed out earlier is possible here. So Bisu with a lot of options. Moon will go for one pull into Expand, and then probably take the third very early once again.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see out of him. I think on this map, you said Blink Stalker play is good. It is true. You oftentimes see Blink Stalker pushes at the third base, kind of similar to what we saw last game with more Stalkers, but you know, the trade-off is basically that last game we had a hatchery killed, so there was less production, so that's why you thought you could hit it with less Stalkers, but if you don't go DTs, you have more resources, you can get more Stalkers out.
Just the third base in general for the Zerg player is really vulnerable as soon as the Protoss takes down the rocks and is able to move onto the high ground. It's really a vulnerable position to be in for the Zerg, as force fields basically cut into your army as soon as you try to walk up the ramp. So if you don't have your defenses set when the Protoss player attacks, you are in a... Yeah, well, you will very likely lose your expansion.
It's like being locked out of your own house, basically. You can't get in.
Yeah.
Somebody's inside making a racket, making a mess. It's a frustrating feeling. I would assume. I've never been locked out of my house by a sentry.
And, okay, looking at the... let me see this, okay. The one thing that I want to point out is that Bisu is actually one of those Protoss players who will start with the Wallin at the front. At the back. It's basically a matter of preference, but still a slight difference in play, as most GSL Protoss nowadays against Zerg will wall off at the low ground at their ramp.
Well, Bisu is 0-6 in his Pro League record. It's something I was able to get an update on, which is, I think I saw him play 2 games. I haven't been able to watch all of Pro League because I'm casting all the time, but I can watch as much as I can, and that's unfortunate, but maybe he's able to take a win here. Is this the first game, or have they advanced in their brackets at all?
No, this is the first round.
Okay.
For both of them.
Wow, that's what a sick round, man, to have.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
Oh, look at this. This is something, you know, that is a big problem if you don't have the wall stuff. You mentioned it even already. A lot of players don't have this wall at the front because it's hard to fill that gap. Oh, this is unfortunate. He's going to lose several probes here.
Oh, wow, he might actually...
Well, nice micro, though, actually. Oh, losing the second one, and the third one will go down. Could get the fourth.
Ah, this is a lot that he's losing. Another one. And the Zergling is still alive to get the scouting information, but yeah, this was actually really tough. It's, by the way, the round of 16. They both had a bye in the first round, and therefore they are meeting each other. This is the first game they play, but the second round of the group they are in, and they are in Group F.
Well,
but yeah, this start for Bisu definitely not ideal. Moon took down way too many harvesters of his opponent.
Yeah, and the Zergling was killed, it seems. I was a little bit concerned because he wasn't going to get any scouting information. Oh no, he's still alive. He's right there, and he actually is going to be able to see.
Oh, he saw it for a split second, but it's too late.
He definitely didn't notice it at first. Yeah, and it's going to go and see that robotics. Nice cancel there. That was like the slyest little cancel. He was like, nope.
38 harvesters against 32.
This
is so bad news, and now the scouting information too. Oh wow, Bisu is in so much trouble. I really feel for this guy. He is so far behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean, everything is not going his way.
Not at all.
This is possibly going to be one of those Blinkstalker sentry drops.
Whatever it's going to be way later than he wants it to be, and a lot weaker.
He verifies again that that's robotics. I'm not sure if he actually was able to click on the warp in, but now he knows. And this is, I mean, you might argue that, well, this really wasn't worth it then. It's like, actually, no, because the Overlord now verifies not only that it wasn't cancelled, but that it's using something immediately here.
Warp Prism for the ramp block, I suppose?
Yeah, I think he's going to go for a sentry drop here, possibly.
I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a sentry drop. The question is rather, is he going for the mineral line and tries to take down harvesters, or will he try to block the wall, the ramp, and then warp in units?
Nice position here by Busu. I think he's going to block the ramp. And if I had to guess, the sentry drops on the mineral line have not been very successful.
Nah, not really lately. A 10 supply lead in harvesters the entire time now for Moon. And he has 3 bases against 2. Great position here to be in. Halfway done with the speed upgrade. Going straight to Lair. And also the Roach Warren. So here come the sentries. And it looks more like he's opting for the 3rd base. And therefore just trying to drop into the mineral line to do some damage to the economy.
He lost control of the watchtower. So I guess this is kind of safe for him to do. Warping in 2 Zealots. Yeah, these force fields...
Not the best.
Well, he can get 2. Oh man, Bisu.
These force fields are not really all that great.
What is
he doing? Why would you force field a spine crawler? There is no reason. That actually does not help you.
Oh, this is actually...
I'm sorry to say, but this is bad. That was not well done.
No.
Those force fields didn't make any sense. I get the force field on a bunker to prevent the SUVs from repairing, but a force field on a spine crawler doesn't make any sense.
I think he was trying to trap the queen, but the thing was the Zealots could have just trapped the queen themselves.
Yeah. and he did not even target the queen.
Yeah, then he basically, the queen was hard to attack because of that, and he also didn't trap the drones. They were all able to escape, and he lost so many sentries. That was... Well, it's not game ending, but now Moon is like, well... I think you're going to have less units. I'm going to go for an Overlord drop with Roaches. That's what Moon's strategy is. He's getting drops now.
Yeah, Moon right now is definitely in a great position. Not only the early game, which was of course great for him, but now we suddenly have
11 sentries. 11. He's making too many sentries again.
This is way too much gas invested into this too.
Yeah. When you first learn how good sentries are and how many force fields they grant you, it's tempting oftentimes to make this many sentries. I actually used to play like this forever ago, but...
This is like watching an accident about to happen.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I mean, yeah, sure, he's got all those sentries. He's going to be able to make the Roaches push into corners and slam into each other, but only 2 Immortals here. Sentries themselves are not going to do the damage.
Yeah, the damage dealers are, of course, not the sentries, and this is... I don't know, Moon has drop ready. He can just drop everything.
He can just drop over the force fields.
Exactly. Over the force fields and take this army down. Of course, now he's did he just warp in additional 2 sentries? He did. Yeah. He has 13.
He's got a big, scary army here. But
yes, he does. But still, 14 sentries. He will never run out of force fields.
Well, those force fields were a lot better than the last ones.
Yes, indeed they are. This time they are actually trapping units. And Moon, he should wait a little bit longer. But he's trying to kill, he's killing a few sentries, and he has the production, he's building spine crawlers, buying time. If he waits for drop play and then drops on top of this army, but he lost a fair amount of Roaches already.
That first grab on the right side was quite good, and then he blocked the rest of the Roaches out. And now Pisu, if he stops warping in sentries, which he just warped in another one, then maybe he can actually make this work. He's got 3 Immortals, they're still going strong here. It's going to be hard to target those down with this many sentries.
Has a lot here, and here come no overlords, no drop. He's just trying to exploit the position on the low ground to his advantage, taking down sentries and stalkers alive. Bisu with the attack. He's way down in harvesters, of course. There's only 2 bases, but these Immortals do so much damage. Why is Moon not dropping?
I'm a little bit surprised about that myself. Great force fields to block the drones here, but he is surrounded now, and it looks like he will actually hold this off.
He's holding it off, but he had to pull every single drone that he has.
Yeah, he lost about, I think, 8 to 10 there. Harvester count now down to 50. Last one of these Zealots taken out here.
It's a very weird attack by Moon, but that's the GG, and Moon defends it and takes the game. But still, I'm surprised that we did not see him use this drop play.
Yeah, it's almost as if he just planned on doing a drop with it and then didn't even think about using it. He was just like in the mindset of like, I got to spread my Roaches here.
Yeah. He apparently maybe he didn't see that drop was already done and thought he was still in upgrade mode.
Yeah.
But it could have been easier. He defended well and he won the game, but he made himself it made himself the game a little bit harder than it should have been.
Yeah, I think someone's got to go tell Bisu that usually you want about 8 max on the sentries, and usually 6 to 8 is fine. If you make 11 to 15 or 16, that's so much gas. It means no tech. It means less stalkers. Oftentimes, when you want to warp in units, notice he had a lot of zealots in his composition that weren't really able to do anything, and they just don't do enough damage. Yeah, it's good to have the force fields, but it's more important to have a good first set of force fields and do the damage then, and then warp in units to kill everything else, rather than just to have a ton of force fields for later. Because we saw that he basically never ran out of force fields, but he ran out of damage output.
Yes, exactly. And he was, as we pointed out, he was a little bit lucky that Moon did not really use his drop, because what you usually do when you have the drop available, you just go for the Overlords, you move in, and drop everything on top of the Immortals so that you can take the Immortals out. Once the Immortals are gone, the rest of the damage output is a lot easier to deal with. So, yeah, that was... in the end, Moon won it, but it was not well handled by Bisu.
Yeah,
he looked a lot stronger on map number 1.
Yeah, he did. He looked like his plan was more set as well, I would say. Well, we are going to take a very brief break, and then we'll be back into our next game. Were you told yet, or are we just going to wait and find out?
No, we don't know yet what the next map is going to be, or the next matchup in general, so we'll just have to wait.
Young Sup, I know that is Choya, and he's up against Toje Uk, which
might not exactly be the game that we have on stream here.
Oh, that's a good point.
I suppose it could be, but we'll find out soon enough, guys. So now we're heading into a short break, and then we will be back with the next match at the qualifier for the qualifier, WCS.
이거는 정말 모릅니다. 모르죠. 네, 이거는 게임을 많이 했고